New Balance Running, a global footwear company that has been ingrained in the Boston community for decades. Originally founded in 1906 as the New Balance Arch Support Company, the brand was completely reinvented in 1972 when Jim Davis bought the company, seeing huge growth potential in leisure wear. Quickly after taking over, New Balance expanded rapidly in the run space, with much of its early success being attributed to the running boom of the 1970s, which overtook the city of Boston. Fast forward about 50 years and New Balance still has a huge running presence in the greater Boston area, and the new state-of-the-art campus is really unlike any other in the world. Today, we're going to be getting a behind-the-scenes look at the facilities and a few of the key features that make it so unique.
But before we go into all the cool things you can do on campus, our tour is actually going to start right here at the Boston Landing Station. This may just look like an ordinary train station, but it was actually built and financed by New Balance.
With the headquarters based just down the street in Brighton, the commuter train has been in the works for years and now serves as a convenient way for employees or tourists to access the campus and experience all the amenities New Balance has to offer.
Located just a few minutes walk from the Boston Landing Station, we've made our way to the entrance of the New Balance World Headquarters. This 250,000 square foot office space seen behind me is found at 100 Guest Street and is really where a lot of the day-to-day operations happen here at New Balance.
While the brand has been based in the Brighton area for more than 35 years, it wasn't until 2015 that this all-new building was unveiled, and it truly is a head-turner. The design showcases Massachusetts' industrial tradition, and it specifically takes cues from New Balance's manufacturing facility in Lawrence with a more modern twist.
This building really is the hub of the campus, and while a lot of the hard work gets done here, what really excites me is the athlete-related facilities. So next on up, we're gonna head on over to the track, where we're gonna meet up with Jay from New Balance, who's gonna give us the ins and the outs of what could just be the greatest indoor track in America. Let's head on over. All right, how's it going, Jay?
Great, yourself? How are you? Good to see you.
Good, doing good. Now, Jay is the general manager of the track, and first on up, I just gotta say, feeling the track, it's so bouncy, it's so fast. I feel like I could run a mile PR. There's a lot I wanna talk to you about these facilities, but what do you say first on up, we go and take a little lap around the track?
Why don't you go ahead and I'll meet you at the finish line.
Go ahead. All right, Jay, we just got some leg turnover, we got the blood flowing, and now we are here on the track at these amazing facilities, but these weren't just built overnight. You know, this took time, this took a lot of hours, but how did the track really come to be, and why is it so special?
It's a vision. It started back in 2011, but even before that, in 2008, it was originally conceived. Mr. Davis and Mrs. Davis thought of bringing a track here to the Brighton community, to the Boston community. From there, we took about 8 years to work out all the details, work out the planning and the coordination, and how to make this building the greatest track in the world. And 8 years in the making, 3 years of construction, and here we are today.
Now, Jay, I've ran pretty quick on this track already. I know it's built to go fast. What are some of the key features that were built to make this a record-setting track?
And it's not only the track, it's from the moment the athlete arrives at the front door, their experience from parking to going upstairs to a dedicated athlete entrance to our warm-up track where they can mentally prepare, physically prepare to do their best. And then when they come downstairs, they have the best track in the world. Best angling, 2,300 seats on the north side, 1,300 seats on the south side, standing room only up top, so the feel and the environment that you get as an athlete when you perform here is second to none.
And can you expand a little bit on the track surface, the banking? What technical features make this so fast?
Well, the great thing is it has the ability to go up to 12 degrees and down to 0, and we can bank it at any point in between. The straightaways are about 80 feet long, and you go right into the oval. You'll notice there's no deceleration. It's a gradual decline coming down from the oval into the straightaway, and then it's a gradual incline. And that a lot of athletes that we've had that are world-class athletes have said they almost find it difficult to stay in their lane because they're going so fast as they're coming around the bank and then into the straightaway. They said that they've never experienced that type of speed here. Look at the wall that when you walk in, you see all the records that have been broken here. Some world records are thrown in there as well. So the track is not only designed for the pro athlete to break world records, college athlete to break world records, it's for everybody to run their personal best when they come here. That was the vision. When you're gonna build a track, you're gonna build the best. You're gonna design and build the greatest track in the world. You can feel the crowd noise pushing the athletes to perform their best, especially as they come down the northern straightaway here, the finish out of turn 4. It really is a slingshot in design, obviously with the track itself, with a great design, but it's also the slingshotting of the fans pushing the athlete to just go that extra mile, that extra distance, and do their best. It's loud. It's very loud. When you get a premier race, close finish, it's a fantastic place to be and a fantastic place to compete.
Well, Jay, thanks for giving us the full deep dive of the track. I can see why so many records have been set here, but records take time. Records take preparation. Records take having the best gear in the game. So I think it only makes sense that we continue on this tour at the Sports Research Lab, where all the elite level gear is tested, and really see how the best running shoes in the world are built.
It was my pleasure having you guys here today, and enjoy the afternoon, and let's get down to the Sports Research Lab and check it out.
All right, we made it to the Sports Research Lab, and we're gonna be meeting up with Ginger, the director of the lab, who's gonna be guiding us through the full lab testing process. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm not really sure how my fitness is right now, but luckily we've got a fast pair of shoes to try out. All right, Ginger, we made it to the Run Lab. This is really where the fun happens. Can you tell us what this testing process is like and what we're gonna be looking for today?
First of all, let's just take a look around the room at the various equipment. There are 26 cameras, high, right at hip height, as well as some that are at the feet. This is going to give us what's called ear motion analysis, joint angles, step length. We can even put markers on and get really tight looks at how the foot is moving. Step 2 are force plates. What you are stepping on now has a force plate under each belt and is going to give us these traces here. If you look at this bluish purple, this is your vertical ground reaction force. See, that is your impact peak. In a downhill run, the impact peak is anywhere from 7 to 9 times your body weight. And think about how many foot strikes you are doing in a run of even a mile. So we are very interested to see how our shoes are doing in terms of absorbing that impact peak, and if there's a difference in these other two forces. Third one is a metabolic cart. Basically, you would wear this mask, it then gets attached to these tubes. The carbon dioxide that you produce gets analyzed here, and we understand the oxygen that you're consuming. That's probably the most important because we want to understand your energy cost. What is your economy in a shoe, and how can a shoe actually reduce that cost? Last thing is muscle activity. If those shoes are in fact reducing cost, what muscles are no longer necessary in terms of their maximal activity, and what is the shoe doing for you? We also like to make sure that activity isn't going on in a different muscle and causing you more cost. So that combination, we can learn how to maximize your performance and minimize that energy cost.
Well, Ginger, thank you for walking us through the full lab testing process. It's so cool to see what goes on behind the scenes and how you guys build some of the fastest shoes in the world.
It was a total pleasure to have you. I hope you run happy in those Rebel V5s.
While New Balance has a huge focus on running, runners are not the only athletes the brand caters to. There's several sports facilities on campus, but if you're looking for the coolest facility, you're gonna wanna look no further than the Warrior Ice Arena.
Originally unveiled in 2016, this 74,000 square foot arena is built for athletes of every level, from young dreamers to seasoned pros. At the Warrior Ice Arena, youth players train alongside the game's very best in a world-class environment designed for growth, performance, and passion. It's where the future of hockey takes place, and a proud example of New Balance's commitment to supporting and developing athletes right here in Boston. With a 68-foot, 7,000-pound steel hockey stick, as well as a historic Bruins archive, the Warrior Ice Arena truly is a sight to be seen.
So that'll wrap up our tour of the New Balance World Headquarters, and we're gonna finish off back at the track to really end on a high note.
Heading back into the track filled with enthusiastic fans, I found myself witnessing history yet again with a marathon relay world record attempt. Hearing the loud roars of the crowd and connecting with the running community in person, I was finally able to understand Jim Davis's vision of creating a world-class indoor facility and how it was the final piece to wrap together the legacy of the New Balance campus in Brighton. The New Balance World Headquarters truly is a special place that not only is focused on creating the best footwear in the world, but also being a communal hub catered towards pushing athletes to excel at the highest level. From the early days of the New Balance Arch Support Company to the modern-day footwear powerhouse New Balance has evolved into, the brand continues to push the limits of what athletes and their footwear can achieve.